Morning everybody. So just been dropped off here by me dad over there. Give a wave of the camera, Dad. So yeah, this is back to the northern start point, or the northern terminus of the Taurua Ranges. So it looks like I've got a little weather window. Today's Sunday, Christmas Day's on Wednesday, so all going to plan. I'll walk out in the southern terminus, and I should get out late morning to midday on Christmas Day with my family there to meet me. Yeah, just lucky that they got a little bit of a weather window to try and get through the Taurua's Melt. Got a little bit wet going up today, but there's been a lot of rain overnight and that, but that last big weather front's come through and it should start clearing in the next couple of days. So we'll hit the track and I'll show you what it's like as we go. See ya. So just heading in now, and you can sort of see the valley we're going to walk up in the Taurua Ranges. Still in pretty low cloud at the moment, but if the weather forecast gets it right, I might get a bit of rain, and I'll probably be walking in some misty sort of cloud on the way up today. But then it should start to clear and have sort of patches of sun and cloud, and maybe a few showers over the next couple of days, but nice enough weather to be able to safely get over and maybe even get some views. Well, here we are. We just got through the little farm track now, and Waiapu Hut, that's us with the TA sign bottom left, 9.6k saying 5 hours, and then there it goes, just start climbing there, and I think that's pretty much going to be me, definitely up to Waiapu Hut, and then I go a little bit higher after Waiapu Hut, drop down a little, and then climb up to the hut that I'm going to stay in tonight. So we'll start climbing now, and I think this is just going to be me pretty much all the way up to the hut for 5 hours, just constant climbing, trying to get up to the tops. But it looks like beautiful bush to start. We'll see how the track is and how wet I get. I'll let you know as I go. I don't know if you'll see it on the video, but we're just starting to get a bit foggy now. So getting into that cloud line I showed you earlier. The track's actually been remarkably good. Possibly because we're going up a ridge line. We've had some really wet weather. When we couldn't get up into the Tauruas the night before, there was a massive thunderstorm. There was a massive thunderstorm went through yesterday as well. And you would have seen my footage when I walked into Wellington. And you saw the weather conditions that day. Well, that would have dumped all the rain up here as well. So I think the wood is just standing on the ridge and just going down each side. Well, hopefully the track stays like that. And I'm just starting to climb a bit more consistently now. It's been beautiful little walk and a bit undulating. Thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah, we'll push on. See ya. Strange little clearing just in the middle of the track. I don't think we're high enough to be getting above the tree line. I think I've got a lot more of that yet. But anyway, we'll push on. This is really enjoyable. See ya. So it's definitely the bush line's opening up a bit, so getting some elevation in now, but yeah, still an absolutely gorgeous walk so far. Loving it. And the track, it's not too bad. Like, if I look down here, there's a little pocket of mud here. But so far, all those little pockets, they've just been able to get around the edge nice and safely. And I don't take any risks, especially when you're hiking alone. If I have to get wet feet, I'll get wet feet rather than try and dodge around the side of something, slip in and hurt myself when you're by yourself. You just got to be that little bit more cautious. But yeah, this is just lovely. Anyway, we'll push on. Now, technically there'd be a view through there, but obviously we're still clouded in, and that's exactly expected. The weather window I'm hoping for, I'm actually climbing up to Te Matawai Hut today to get up to the tops, and then I can get right over through Nichols and Crawford in beautiful weather over the next couple of days. So over as far as Nichols tomorrow, and it should be clearing. So this cloud may clear late afternoon, evening, or it may not happen until overnight, and it will be patchy, but there should be pockets where I actually get a bit of a view. So fingers crossed it changes. let's go down the trail. Nice and misty and that, but just not a breath of wind. Don't know how often get that up at this sort of level in the Tauruas. Here a tui or something around somewhere too. Alright, we'll keep going. Nice little clearing all of a sudden. They did say in the trail notes, I think they might have said half an hour from the hut you come across a bit of a clearing, which is good for a lunch spot. So I wonder if it's it here. I have to check the time and see how I'm going. It's just 4 to 5 hours, so I wouldn't think I'd only be half an hour away, but anyway, I don't need lunch, so we'll push on and see. So a little sign on the tree. It's pretty faded now. Must have been a picture there, but apparently this is the old Waipu Hut site, so I don't know if it's where that clearing was. I haven't even walked like half a minute from there. I thought it was just down here in that little clearing originally. At the trail, there's some markers down here, so we'll push on down this way and find the new hut. Well, not too far from where the sign was showing where the old hut was located, but just cracked the tree line now. I'm not sure if we go up and down into the trees again or if we sort of stay up here above the tree line through to the hut. We'll see what it's like as we go. There we are, I've just made Waipu Hut. So pretty much, that was 4 hours from the car park. So that included crossing the farm. The sign at the start of the track, once you'd crossed the farm, said 4 to 5 hours, and I just went at a comfortable pace. And I stopped and, played around with the camera a bit, tried to do some different shots for you guys. So I didn't rush, so a real comfortable 4 hours. And I expected that track to be terrible after the weather we've had. That track was pretty good. I might be the only one here, but I have a bit of lunch now. I'll show you what it's like inside. There we go, a bit of a cooking area in this hut and a couple of tables. I'm just sitting down there for the moment. And I timed it really well actually. I've just come in here and it's just started bucketing down with rain. Got a little bit windy, bit of a deck out here, which would obviously be nice when you're enjoying the view. Someone's left a fry pan out there just soaking in the rain. A bit lazy, should have cleaned it themselves. Anyway, it is what it is. And a few books in that tucked in down here, and sort of a couple of bunk rooms here. I think I counted 15 mattresses, but I think it sleeps 16 or something. I might have miscounted. And yeah, outside there you go up the path there 25 metres, you get up to the toilet, and just a little entry for you here, a few pots and pans, tap there to grab some water, filter it, do a bit of cooking if you want to out there. And obviously if the windows are open, you could probably cook in here as well. Anyway, we'll sit here and chill out a bit, and yeah, we'll push on to the next hut. Well, we're really getting into some goblin sort of forest now. So climbing up now to get to the highest point that I'll go over today. And then I'm going to have to, there's two peaks actually. First one's the lower one. There's only about, I think 10 metres difference. You can go up to a higher peak. And then we're going to drop down to the hut for the day. It'd be nice to get in there nice and early and yeah, get nice and cosy in the sleeping bag and stay nice and warm. And I'll make some more videos for everybody while I'm there. Still got about 5 or 6 days worth to make. Obviously it's gorgeous up here on a clear day, but I'm actually pretty happy with the visibility. It's actually easy to find the trail. Yeah, it's a bit windy and a bit overcast, but it's nothing like I had in Wellington. Well, it didn't take long, but I've already done the first peak, so I'm off to the second peak, which I say slightly higher than one I've just done. Then a bit of a descent and a couple of small rises, and then a climb to the hut. So a bit of a reminder of what these ranges are like. Rest in peace to Ralph Wood. So he perished around about this spot in bad weather, which is exactly what we went to Wellington for, to avoid up here. And coming through now, it's much calmer. Still a bit overcast in that, but visibility for getting along the track's fine. There's almost no wind. Every now and then a little bit of wind will come through, but not a lot. So anyway, we must be near the second peak now, because I think that memorial they said in the notes was near the second peak. Well, here we are, second peak, just up from that initial cross in remembrance of Ralph Wood. 1,068 metres above sea level. There's a second cross in here, remembering the same guy. So just got to find the trail now, work out which way I go. I sort of just came up here. This might be the way over down that path here. I'll get my map out in a minute and have a look. But yeah, that's the big climb done now, really. There's going to be a bit of undulation over the next few days, but really the initial slog to get up above the tree line onto the tops in anticipation of good weather tomorrow and the next day is now done. So yeah, I dropped down now, and Te Matawai Hut is actually at a lower elevation than Waiapu that I just went through. All right, we'll push on. Man, this is amazing. There's hardly a breath of wind at times. A little bit of a breeze just coming past now, but yeah, just amazing up here. Love it. Well, I said 4 hours over to Te Matawai Hut, but it might take me a bit longer. It's pretty muddy here, and I'm always careful, and I'm a lot slower, believe it or not, downhill than I am uphill. Just making sure I don't fall over and hurt myself. So back down to the tree line again, and into the mossy goblin forest. So we're just at the T-junction now, so we definitely head off to the right there. And the signage is here, no TA sign though, but Te Matawai Hut, that's our target. They're saying 2 hours, we'll see how we go. So I've just come up from that Waiapu hut. This is 3 hours. It's interesting, I only left there an hour and a half ago, so possibly a little bit conservative on some of these signs. And this must be a bit of a loop track, because it's that Ohau Road. That might be, well, I'm not sure where Ohau Road is, because we came in on Poads Road, but anyway, there must be a bit of a loop track. We don't take it, we head down here. And more mud. See ya. So just starting to get back, maybe about to pop back into the tree line, and we're back in that goblin-y forest sort of area now. All the moss in there just hanging off these trees. Quite an eerie sort of feeling, especially when it's overcast like this and misty. So we've got a kilometre to go, and the last kilometre's back uphill again, so I've sort of come down the bottom and just starting to see some signs now. They might have got the weather forecast correct. The fog's just starting to clear a little bit and peering through the trees. Won't be able to show you on camera, you won't pick it up, but I'm just starting to see some ranges and that in the distance through the trees, so hopefully that's spot on and keeps going. The real high ranges are still got a bit of high cloud over them, but definitely I can start to see some of the lower ranges now. But yeah, a kilometre, all uphill. Let's see how long it takes to get to the hut. See ya. I'm not too sure what that sign's meant to be there for, but anyway, another fork. South Ohau Hut, 1.5 hours. Richard's Knob, I've been over that, 1.5. Waiapu Hut, where I came from, they're saying 4.5 hours. I've done better time than that, and here we go. Te Matawai Hut now, they're saying another 30 minutes to go. So yeah, this second climb is really getting me. It's been a, the first climb wasn't too bad, but the second one is, and I think it's just sleep. I've had such little sleep the last 3 nights with early starts and that, and trying to make that walk work so I could get to the termination point out of Wellington. That was a 42k day, and only a short sleep as well. Last night I only got about 4 hours, just sorting work stuff out and that as well, so I could come away for these days up to Christmas not stressed out that, making sure everybody was paid and everything before I left. So yeah, I probably more sleep deprived and physically tired, but really looking forward to getting into this hut. And hopefully, there was no one in that other hut. There's 3 people behind me I think are going to come to Te Matawai as well. And a few other guys that were coming up from the Outdoor Pursuit Centre, but apparently their order from the New World in Levin had a heap of stuff missing, so they're having to go back into town, which I really feel sorry for them, and they might not make it to Te Matawai Hut. They might just have to stay at Waipu. There is a possibility, of course, that some other people are already at Te Matawai waiting for the weather to clear tomorrow before moving on. I could go into a full hut as well, but I'll get there. Got there as early as I can. Out of the people that have walked in from the northern start point, I'm the first on track today, so I've given myself the best chance. But we'll push on through and I'll show you the hut when we get there. See ya. So starting to see the vegetation change again now. A few less leaves, a bit more moss, so getting that elevation back. And yeah, back at that sign that said 30 minutes to the hut. Haven't been going 30 minutes yet, but man, those last stretches every day, 30 minutes, if it does take me there, it'll feel like 2.5 hours. Anyway, I'll keep going. Can't wait to see the hut. See ya. Close now. Must only be maybe 100 metres to the hut. It'll appear very shortly, but look at this. It's just starting to clear now. I'm starting to get a look at the ranges. Probably be able to work out where I'm going tomorrow, but how lucky. I think they've got the forecast right. It's going to be brilliant up here the next 2 days. Can't wait. Okay, interview time again, everybody. So, who's going first?
I'm Tony. I'm from Rotorua, New Zealand.
I'm Bailey. I'm from Rotorua, New Zealand as well.
Okay, and previous hiking experience?
I've done a bit of this and that, and we've done Mount Taranaki, around Mount Taranaki together. Do a bit of bushwalking, and I volunteer with search and rescue as well. So.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit here and there in the North Island, and done a little bit up in the north part of the South Island, up in the ranges there. So had a little bit of everything.
Okay. And why did you choose to do the TA?
For me, I wanted a challenge. Wanted to get to see New Zealand a bit more, test myself, learn more about myself, and just connect with New Zealand and who I am as a person as well.
I read a book about a bloke who walked around the perimeter of New Zealand. Thought that sounded pretty cool. And then also heard that some hippy-dippy life out in the bush is pretty good for you. So
Yep.
yeah.
Have a shot.
What was the biggest hurdle you had to get through to get here and start the TA?
So I was supposed to do the TA last year when I finished uni, and then I got an awesome job with an awesome company and postponed it for a year, which has been the best decision, but yeah, not doing what I thought.
So I originally wasn't meant to be doing it this year, so started at 1500 Ks and only had about 5 weeks to get ready. So, you know, diamonds are made under pressure.
That's it. You might struggle with the next question, but your favourite moment and your least favourite moment on trail so far?
Mine is my favourite moment. I actually have two, but was going through the river after Black Ridge. We walked through the Puketi forest, through the river, and then up those stairs. That was just beautiful for me. And going up Mount Karongia, which is where I first heard about TA in the start. My least favourite, that's really hard to pick actually. I've had tough moments, but I don't think I've ever been like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. So
Yep.
Maybe I haven't had one.
Favourite moment? Probably getting to sit down after the first day. That was a tough one. 30 Ks out the gate.
Yep.
Starting road walking up a hill. Least favourite? We've had to sit tight today, and I've had to remind myself that everyone else is 1500 Ks fresh.
Yep.
And used to it, whereas I'm still not even 100 Ks christened, and yeah, so having to swallow the humble pill is quite a reality check.
Yeah. And now's your chance. Anything else you want to say?
I just think it's really awesome that people are getting out there and doing it and seeing New Zealand and connecting with each other. I think one of the things I've noticed in the North Island is that everyone is just about the people. It's who you can talk to, who you meet along the way, and sharing those experiences for me.
Yeah, I just enjoy the sense of community when you get into camp and you get to hear each person's story.
Yep.
Someone's got something different. That's pretty cool.
Good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You'll be able to see yourself on the channel in about a week.
Yay!
All right.